Hey everybody, Karyn Bryant for MMA H.E.A.T. I am talking with Kevin Holland, who is facing John Phillips on the UFC China card. So I have to imagine you have not been to China before. Kevin, how fired up are you to not only get another fight, but in someplace kind of cool?
It's going to be super cold. It's going to be colder than it is in Texas. There's no fireplace in the room, I imagine, so, can't heat up that way. I like to think it always works, but no, it's going to be pretty fun, something different. Never been to China before. But hopefully this guy, since he's a striker, kind of like the last guy was a striker, hopefully he doesn't come out there with the Khabib style game plan, trying to hump me, not with all that.
Well, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to ask you about, but yeah, John Phillips is out of SBG Global, and so you had announced this fight on Twitter, and you had a smashed bottle of Proper 12 in there. So you seem like, are you about to take on the whole entire team, or just John Phillips?
I'm ready for whatever happens. Make no mistake about it, I'm a big Conor McGregor fan.
Yeah.
Super big Conor fan. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad over here.
Yeah.
As soon as they dropped for 12, I had bought like 4 or 5 bottles. And then me and my buddies ran through that, and I bought some more. And then they announced the fight, and I was like, oh, maybe use my Proper 12. You know what I mean? Just cloud chasing. It's just business.
Cool. I like it. And obviously you like the whiskey then, if you powered through that many bottles that quickly.
I like it. All my boys are drinking it. They quit drinking Jameson for the Proper 12. But for this fight, since we are fighting, SBG, we have cut out all the Proper 12, and there will be no more Proper 12 until after the fight.
I get it. So let's talk about the matchup, though. You just mentioned before you hope he's a striker. You hope he's not going to come out and wrestle with you. People did get to meet you when you fought at the UFC card in LA, and you fought Thiago Motta, which, coming in on late notice, taking on a beast like that. I mean, that guy is really, really very good. And even though the fight didn't go your way, it feels like it was a victory for you in the way that you got to introduce yourself to the fans and you put on a hell of a fight. I mean, do you feel that you were able to draw any kind of victory from that fight?
Yeah, I got my foot in the door. I stepped up and fought the gladiator. Nobody else wanted to fight, and it put my foot in the door. So thankful for that, but L's an L to me, I'm glad that people enjoyed it. I'm glad they liked the scrap. I'm glad they liked the personality. But whether I'm winning or losing, that's how I am. I talk, I entertain. This is the game, and I just prefer to do it on the winning side.
Right.
So yeah, But Thiago went in there and shot for a takedown, and I never expected that.
Yeah.
He's the type of go out there, throw spinning back head kicks, knock people out.
Right.
But he kept shooting. He shot like his life depended on it, and I guess his career did. If I'd have knocked him out, that would have been bad business for him. It would have been real good business for me.
Yeah. Well, what's tough is, if you had to imagine with him, you coming in so late, last minute, if he didn't know how to prepare for you, you know what I mean? At least a lot of time, a takedown is a safe way to go.
Yeah. Fight safe or lose your head. So that's up to you. And I think that he showed everybody in the division that they're going to want to fight safe. So even though this guy is from SBG, and I know they're known strikers, and their kryptonite is rear naked chokes, and I do come from Travis Lutter. And if you know about Travis Lutter, that's a bad man. I do expect them to go out there and show that they can grapple as well. I expect them to shoot for a takedown because when I hit you, it's heavy shots. I'm long. I have a lot of leverage behind my shots, and I've been finally working on strength and conditioning. So if I have to shrug him off a few times to crack his head, I will.
Wait, did you just say you were finally working on strength and conditioning?
Yeah, I didn't do stuff like that before.
Why not?
I got the Derek Lewis mindset when it comes on.
Oh, no. Hey, man, he put in a good half hour in the gym.
I would go to the gym. I'd roll for an hour, do a little technique, roll for a couple hours, work on a couple striking techniques and spar for as long as I can. I'm not really into running and riding bikes and lifting weights and swimming, and I don't like that stuff. That's boring.
It's kind of important though, Kevin. Like it kind of is. It kind of matters.
It's important when you're fighting guys that, come in at 185 and then weigh like 207 the next day.
Yeah.
So it's important, and it helps. But I don't know. I believe leverage is power, and I have a lot of leverage. So, but it's good to work on the other things. It's good to work on them.
Well, yeah, so this camp, this was the first time you ever did strength and conditioning.
Yeah, first time I ever did strength and conditioning. And remind you, this is a camp, but it wasn't like, full blown, about China, 2-3 months out, and you're going to train for it. It was like 4 weeks.
Right.
I had already been doing strength and conditioning because after the fight, the strength and conditioning coach at the gym was like, "You ready to quit being lazy?" So shout out to TD Powertrain, shout out to Suge Dorsey. He stepped up big. It's kind of like the uncle I never had, making me do it. My grandpa used to make me, lift weights, but running and swimming.
I think you can tell I'm kind of in shock right now because I find that crazy to me. Like, I love Derek Lewis. It's different. It's a different game when you're a heavyweight. You know what I mean? You can get away with maybe not being running 10 miles a day because he has that huge beast power. But in your division, I mean, like you said, these are big guys that, hydrate back up to 2-something. You don't want to be the undersized guy in there. And it kind of feels like if everybody else is doing it, it might be important to get there so you don't just get out muscled even sometimes when it just comes to that.
Exactly. I figure now that I'm at the next level, I can't beat them, so I'll join them. I'll just start doing the strength and conditioning now.
So was there anything you liked about it?
What, strength and conditioning?
Yeah.
Sex improved. That's about it.
Okay. I imagine the event is a little longer in duration.
I just think I look better during it. I'm trying to find a mirror and look at myself the whole time. I'm like, dang, look at that. I got a chest now. I'm like,
now you flex it. Is your selfie game gone up?
Yeah, I'm like, you see this? I'm like, girl, you see this? I'm like, I look good.
I love it.
That's cool.
That's good stuff. I love it. He has a lot more experience than you, John Phillips. He's got about 10 or 11 more fights than you do. And a lot of his fights have ended by knockout. So, I mean, you go in there, it's not that you don't have any experience, but he certainly has a little bit more time in there. So, do you think that plays to his advantage? And if so, how do you, negate that?
Yeah, he may have more fights, but it's just a testament. He's fought more bums. You know what I mean? There goes that B word again, bums. Yeah, they always fight bums. I fought guys, like Curtis Leonard, Thiago, Rafael Lovato Jr., Jeffrey Neal. I fought some guys. And I fought a guy like him before, Sue Grayley. Had a nice record, crazy win streak, all that good stuff. Got knocked out with a flying knee up against the cage. So, it's like that don't mean nothing. Only thing that means something is what happens when you get in front of me. I'm a hard person to deal with. So you better go out there and shoot like your life depends on it. Try and hunt me for 15 minutes. Yeah. Because everything else ain't gonna work.
No, it's not gonna work. And you do have a fan-friendly style. You're flashy, and I have to imagine if they haven't already come, people are going to compare you to Israel Adesanya. People are going to compare you to Anderson Silva, stuff like that. How do you feel? Because those, Israel obviously right now is kind of the current guy that people are talking about like that, but people kind of said he was reminiscent of John Jones. I mean, have you heard comparisons to you?
I'll take the John Jones compliment because to me that's big bro. He's a true GOAT. I'll take the Anderson Silva compliment. But the Israel thing, it's like he's amazing. It's fun to watch, yeah. But nah, I don't want that, And because I'm gonna fight him. So and it's like period, point blank. There's no way around it. Yeah. I'm gonna win. He's gonna continue to win, and I'm gonna fight him. My goal is if nobody else does it, to snatch the O. Yeah. O has to go. And if I have to be the man to do it, I'll be the man to do it.
Cool. Well, listen, both you and John Phillips have O's that have to go. One of you is still looking for your first official UFC win. We know you won on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. So, yeah, somebody's always got to go in China.
Yeah, very well in China. But we're going to China, and everybody's Kung Fu fighting. I come from a Kung Fu background, so he's getting the smackdown for real. It's going down.
Cool. All right. Now, who are you liking in the main event? We obviously have Francis Ngannou coming up against Curtis Blades. I'm curious if you're rooting for either one of those guys or you have a take on who you think is going to win in that main event.
Look, I'm being real nice because, you're a lady and everything, and I can't cuss. I almost said F Francis Ngannou. I cracked the joke when I was at the UFC. Yeah, I was at the UFC institution. I cracked the joke. He didn't laugh. So, forget him. I don't like him. Okay. Can't laugh at myself. I don't like you.
All right. I get it. I mean, listen, you're allowed to like whoever you like. After your first fight, your fight with Thiago, did you see a jump, in your social media numbers? Did you see any, I'm getting back to that whole idea of it, there was some kind of victory in it. I mean, cause I feel like you came out and that interview that we did was so fun and you were such a pleasant surprise to me. I didn't expect it. Sometimes you get a newcomer and I'm not even going to lie, Kevin, not too long ago, there was an interview that I did and this person was really not entertaining. And in my head, I was like, how quickly can I get out of this interview? Like, what's the minimum amount of time I can do this before I can get out of here? And yours was totally the opposite. You were such a breath of fresh air and such a pleasant surprise. But do you feel like you got to introduce yourself to people and that people are starting to know who you are now a little bit more?
Yeah, a little bit more. My manager controls my Twitter, and he says the Twitter's really good. My Instagram's done okay, but I needed to do a lot better because I want that blue check. Yeah. That's crucial. Like, to be able to pull up somebody and be like, yeah, I got that blue check on my name. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate, I don't know, that's that thing right there. I'm internet famous. So, I definitely seen a little bit of a boost, but it's not there yet. Will China do it? It might give me some more fans. I think so. But I think I'm going to need one more after that. And then maybe I'll have enough fans to get the blue check.
Cool. Well, I hope you do. I mean, I got to make sure I'm following you on Instagram as well, but I definitely am following you on Twitter. So listen, this is obviously going to be the last fight for you in 2018. What are your plans for the years ahead? I don't know how many fights you signed on for with the UFC, but in your mind, how quickly, could you fight again? What's your path to gold,
They're going somewhere in California. I think in
Anaheim,
January.
It's just not far.
They're going to Anaheim. That'd be dope. You know what I mean? Anaheim would be nice. Yeah. James Vick's on the card. TJ Dillashaw's on the card. I've already fought on the card with TJ Dillashaw. So it's like little things that, would be nice. So plus I'd be back at home in California again, and that'd be awesome. If not, then the sooner the better. I don't know what 2019 brings, but I want to fight 5 or 6 times. I'm trying to be like, how Donald Cerrone is. I like to fight. I really, really like to fight. Before I got in the UFC, I was fighting nonstop. This year alone, I fought. Of course, it's gonna be my second fight for the UFC. I did Contender. Yeah. I did a Bellator fight, and I defended my title for a home organization at XKO. So I like to fight. I hate sitting at home not doing anything. I just love to fight.
Cool. Awesome. I love it. Well, listen, safe travels to China. It's going to be an exciting time. I mean, just take it all in. I don't know if you're going to take any extra days or anything like that, but like for me, whenever I can go somewhere on somebody else's dime, you know what I mean? If I have to just spend a little extra to like bookend it with a day or two, I don't mind doing that. So you should definitely do that.
No, I'm going with the team, but I'm not going with the family. I think things like that are definitely family orientated. So, I'm going to go out there. It's all business. I plan on going out there smacking this man's head so hard off the canvas that they're going to put a wanted poster out for me. So I'm going to have to get home as fast as I can. If I miss that flight back home, China won't let me go. Beijing is not going to let me go. They're going to love me. Kung Fu Master coming through, putting a smackdown on.
I love it. All right, Kevin, really been a good time catching up with you again. Wishing you the best of luck, and we'll see you soon.
I bought a new ring, too. Can you see it?
Oh, it's cool.
No? Really? Yeah, it has the Trailblazer on there. It has the TB on there.
There you
go.
So
you guys have that for camera, all right?
I like
have it there for you guys.
I like it. All right, Kevin, take it easy, and have a great fight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Cool. See ya.
Bye.